Hello everyone, and welcome to the workout of the week. I have the mat. I like to train without shoes, like I said in the email. I have my water, and I have a stopwatch in my phone. So let's start. We're going to warm up. So try to open your feet as much as your hips, okay, or a little wider. The feet are parallel as well. Stay up and proud. 10 times up and down with the head. And then left and right. Try not to move the shoulders or anything really, just the head. Lift the shoulders completely, lower. Make sure you don't stick the head forward. Keep it in line and just lift from the shoulders. 3 times. Forward and back. 3 times. Feel the arms really heavy. Just move the shoulders, remove the head. 10 circles back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make big circles. 10. Lift the arms up on the side, palms facing up. From here, keep your head in position, your tummy in, squeeze your glutes. And from here, rotate the whole arm. And now the palm is facing up towards the ceiling, forward. And then you get with the palm facing up towards the ceiling the other way. Make sure you pivot. Make sure you pivot around the shoulder. And use your bicep as a reference. So as the bicep is rotating and looking down or backward and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice how I move my bicep. 8, 9, and 10. This one burns quite a lot. From here, palms facing each other, all the way up with the arms, and all the way down. My arms are completely straight. 3, 4. Make sure that you get the arms all the way up as much as you can, your flexibility allows, and try not to arch your back. Keep your tummy in, squeeze the glutes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From here, make sure that you go down, okay, on the side, and you curve your back, but the hips are not moving. So squeeze the glutes, bend the knees if needed, if you need to create a little bit more awareness. I've done this exercise many times, so I just keep my legs straight. From here, we drop one shoulder down, the other one comes up, and we start curving our back. And we think about reaching towards the knee. And then once we get to the bottom, we put the hand behind and we open the other shoulder. And we lift to the side. You should feel pulling on here. And up. Down towards the other side. Rotate. Rotate. Keep your tummy in. Rotate. Rotate. And rotate. From here, twist the spine. Do not move the hips. If you twist the hips, you're not twisting the spine. So keep the hips stable and make sure you swing your arms around. Don't do it too aggressively. Squeeze your glutes. If you want to get a bit more extra twist, you can turn the head with it. Make sure that you're not twisting the hips. Then from here, you put your feet underneath the hips. Keep the legs straight. Okay, try to keep the back straight. And then from here, you grab your hips, open the shoulders, push back the elbows, keep the tummy in, and think about sending the hips back and going forward into a good morning. Okay? Keep the back straight and the head aligned. Don't lift the head. Keep it straight. Squeeze the glutes. This movement comes all from the glutes. 2, 3. You should feel specifically if you have tight hamstrings. You should feel some stretch when you're down in the back of your leg. I think we are at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We open the feet as wide as the mat, and possibly we have them parallel. Don't open them with too much of an angle. From here, we keep the hands in the center, open the shoulders, tilt the chest forward, so like the good morning before, you tilt it. But as well your squat, so it's a half squat and the chest rocks forward. Touch, push the knees out and up. Do not vary the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We open the feet with a bit of an angle, and now the knees have to really push out. Okay? So, again, it is very important for the knees to go out, because if they go in, they put too much pressure on the inside of the knee. Okay? They put strain on the inside of the knee and pressure on the outside. So make sure that when you're squatting, the knees are always following the line of the toes. Okay? And really, really squeeze the glutes to open the knees toward the outside. A bit like when ballerinas do squats and they have their feet really open. Okay? Their knees are always following the line of the feet. So from here, you stay up straight, put your hands on your shoulders, and then from here, you try to squat straight, push out the knees, don't go too deep, and then come up. Keep the tummy in, try to stay straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands down. Lift the hips, shake them, straighten your feet. From here, you sit into a half squat, push the knees out. You can stay on the tips of your fingers, and then from here you twist. Try not to twist the palms facing back, but the palms are facing that way. And push a bit with the arm that is on the floor. Don't wiggle your hips. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We walk forward, put the knees down, point the toes into the ground. Try to have the knees underneath the hips, point the toes into the ground. Creases of the elbows facing forward, not out, but like a bulldog. Here, rotate the creases of the elbows facing forward. Spread your fingers into the ground. Knees underneath the hips, point your toes. And from here we go into a cat and cow. We inhale in the cow position, which is this. Try to really straighten the arms and face forward with the creases of the elbows. Get the scapulas together and down towards the hips and look up. Inhale, revert it, exhale. Two more, we'll get to 6. All right. From here, we're going to rotate, pivot, 1 foot in and 1 foot out. The knee is always in the same point. The ankles is completely flexed. Press the shoulders away. Press the floor away with the shoulders, like a cat position, and then you pivot around the knee. So this you should feel in the hip here. Make sure you don't swing the hips. Keep them stable. Just go left and right. Full. 5, 6, 7. And now with the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Relax your wrists. Let's start talking about the workout. Now, the approach that we have is the warm-up as we did it, it was smooth, not hard. Okay, and even in the workout, you're trying to have a smooth approach to these movements. Of course, do a circuit, make it hard, but don't have an approach that's like super fast, super hard. Try to have an approach that is smooth, that is precise, that you focus on quality, okay? Now, the first movement that we're gonna have is a plank. Now, if you see in the email I sent you, I wrote 30 to 60 seconds. That means that you can choose to do plank for anywhere in between. Minimum 30, maximum 60. And that can happen every round. Okay? If you want to start from 30, maybe give you a challenge. The second round you do a little more. The third round you do a little more. Okay? So play it out how you want, but it's minimum 30 seconds, maximum 60. Now, to go into a plank and have the right position, we want to have the shoulders going forward, so you're pushing the floor away, creases of the elbows forward, you're looking slightly in front of the hands on the ground. Then you're basically into a cat position with the hips too. And then you just extend the legs back. Now make sure that you don't have the toes too far. Make sure that you flex the ankles as much as you can and you press the heels back. If you have done yoga before, it's a bit like doing a downward dog, but you're not with the hips up in the sky. Okay, so press the heels back, creases of the elbows forward, arms straight, push the floor away, extend, squeeze the glutes, and you stay here. Try not to open the heels out, not too in, vertically on top of the floor. Feel the pressure in the balls of your feet and press back the heels, press the floor away. Keep the tummy in, squeeze the glutes. And you do this for minimum 30, maximum 60 seconds. Then we're going to do, if I'm not mistaken, jumping jacks. So 30 to 50 jumping jacks, even here. 30 is the minimum, 50 is the maximum. You can choose anywhere in between. And either you do the maximum every time or the same every time, or you start from the minimum and you grow. Choose your approach. Jumping jacks is, they're little jumps. You start with the feet together and the hands attached to your hips. And then from here, what you do, you just jump and open the legs. One rep is out, in. This is one, okay? Make sure that you lift the arms up to the shoulders. It's not necessarily you go all the way up. Just up to the shoulders, okay? Out, in, out, in, out, in. The third one is reverse plank or tabletop. Now, for this next movement, what I would like you to do is to have the same approach of the normal plank. So if the normal plank we're pressing the floor away, here we're pressing the floor away but the other way. So before doing this exercise, okay, just bend your legs a bit, flex your ankles, and then from here, now I'm used to do it with the fingers pointing forward, but that puts more pressure on the wrists. Okay, so if you're not used to that, you can just rotate and point the fingers on the side and feel pressing the ground here, right at the top of the wrist. Okay, then from here, what we do is we do 3 times cat and cow. So cat, and we exhale, cow. Next one, we stop in cow.
Okay, now we're pressing the shoulders away from the ears. We're flexing the ankles completely. The arms are straight. Bring the shoulders together. And then from here, what you do, you keep pressing the ground and then you squeeze the glutes and you lift up. Now, I don't want you to stay here with the ears coming up. I want you to press the floor away and then squeeze the glutes and come up. Okay? Keep pressing the floor away and feel your biceps strong. Now, if you're not flexible enough and that's too hard, you can stay here as long as your shoulders are always pressing. So you see that my neck here is short, my neck here is long. So if you just want to stay here, please push always the floor away and make sure that the shoulders are the farthest away from your ears. Then if you want to do the full version, do the full reverse plank, which is with the feet together, okay? You can point them or flex them. I like to flex them. And then from here, you really open the shoulders and lift up. You have to press the floor away. Here, because it's much harder, I gave you 50 to 30 seconds of work. So 15 to 30 seconds of work. So 15 minimum, 30 maximum, because it's really hard, this one, compared to the normal plank. Then, the next one is 30 to 50 high knees. And as I said in the email, is 1 repetition every time you lift 1 knee. Okay, so basically each leg jumps 25 times. So we're going to use the arms a lot, because I see people doing this by clapping their thighs, while if you see runners, okay, when they balance the stride, they use their arms, okay? And that's not just because they invented it, it's because it's how our body should balance a movement coming from the hip, or our upper body, sorry, should balance a movement coming from the hip. So you start by just lifting the left knee up, or the right, and then the right arm up, so opposite arm in front, and the other one back. Open the hands and bend 90 degrees the elbows. And this will help you to have the right posture. And you swap, 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 swap. Okay? And every time you lift 1 knee is 1 repetition. You do a minimum of 30 and a maximum of 50. Now we progress to the next exercise, which is, I haven't forgotten, sorry, I forget my own workout. 12 reps, minimum of squats, maximum of 20, meaning that you can choose anything in between. Don't do them fast, rather do them slow and precise. So let's say in this moment I have my feet a bit outside my hips, almost as open as the mat. Keep my abs tight, chest open, and I think about sitting back. I lift my arms up and the palms are facing up, okay? So up, Squeeze the glutes. Up with the arms. Up with the arms. Up with the arms. Now, you want to squat in a way that when you sit back, you don't round your low back, okay? We're trying to keep the back straight. So when you sit back, go to a height that allows you to keep your back straight. So let's say here, my back is straight, my chest is up, squeeze the glutes, come up, okay? 12 to 20 reps. And then we finish up with a rest, minimum 60, maximum 90 seconds. Now that depends on how much intensity you put, on how fit you are. I would say that 60 for me would be the maximum. I would probably do 45 to 60, but I gave you the chance to do minimum 60, maximum 90, because you all have a different fitness. And yeah, if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, just do a shorter amount of rest, 30 to 45. You can choose, as long as you're aware of what you're doing. Okay, I suggest 60 to 90. And you repeat this 5 times. Now, you feel super fit, 6 rounds, 7 rounds, maximum 8. You feel like Superman, do 10. Again, be always aware of what you're doing, quality over quantity, okay? You do this 5 rounds, okay? Try to have a flowy rhythm, okay? So let's say I do my plank, I finish, stand up, jumping jacks, okay? Finish the jumping jacks, I go to the next exercise, and then the next exercise. I only stop when I rest, okay? I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood all the exercises and all the steps. Then as a cool down, one thing that I'm really enjoying is to do a sort of Shavasana like in yoga. So you just lie down on your mat, okay? And relax your legs, relax your arms, and just stay here. Close your eyes and do anything in between 10 to 15 deep breaths. And when I say deep, I mean the biggest breaths possible. Okay, the longest inhale, the longest exhale. Okay, make sure that you inhale and exhale through your belly. So when I inhale, I inflate my belly. When I exhale, I reduce the volume of my belly. Okay? Inhale. Exhale. Exhale through the nose, through the mouth. My nose is completely stuffed, so I can't do that. But as long as, if you're exhaling through the mouth, just make sure that your mouth is not tense. Okay, you let it all out without tensing your lips. 10 to 15. Once you finish, okay, think about gently rolling on the side. So let's say my right arm now goes to the left, and I wrap myself around my left shoulder. I help myself coming up. I sit, and then I'm done. Again, 5 rounds, can be 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. The problem is the quality over the quantity. So please make sure that if you're doing a bigger volume of what I've given you, make sure you really know what you're doing. Thank you for joining. If you have any other question, just send me an email, and I will try and be helpful for you. Have a good afternoon, evening, weekend, good morning, whatever it is for you, and see you soon.